Mic check. Buttes versus Boston Pride at Northtown Center. Check, check.
Check, check.
Hello and welcome to Northtown Center as the Boston Pride come and pay visit to the Buffalo Buttes for their 6th matchup of the year. Steve Bermel alongside Mike Babcock today. Thanks for filling in for Justin. We appreciate having you here, Mike.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here.
So some exciting matchups that we've seen in the past between Buffalo and Boston. Unfortunately for the Buttes so far, the 6th time that they've met, 5 losses to the Pride so far for the Buttes.
Well, the Pride are a perfect 15-0 on the season, and they have an incredible plus 53 goals differential. And it's not only offense where this differential is coming into play, it's defense, and they're allowing less than 2 goals per game as well.
So Buffalo looking to finally get in the win column. They've played Boston tough a few times. The last time that these teams met in Buffalo, the Buttes actually had a 3-1 lead in the second period. And unfortunately for the Buffalo, but fortunately for the Pride, they managed to find a way to win 4-3 in overtime.
Right. Not only that game, Boston hasn't been taken to the limit very many times this season, but they've also went to overtime in a shootout against the Whale last weekend.
So you talk about that a little bit. When Connecticut took Boston all the way to a shootout, it was actually during the Buffalo Believes Classic in downtown Buffalo. We were at Riverworks calling that game between the Buttes and the Riveters. We found out that the Whale took Boston all the way to a shootout, and there was kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke made by Brooke Stacy that, wow, they're human. They can be taken to the limits a little bit. So we've seen that. Not that Boston still isn't a good team, but it feels like there might be a little bit of hole in the armor.
Just a little bit. I mean, a 24-game regular season, it's hard to go undefeated through an entire regular season. You're going to have points where you're going to have what may be considered down games.
Yeah. And
any team could be beaten on any given game day.
So how important is this game for each team, Mike? So let's start with Boston. You mentioned they're a perfect 15-0. Is this a meaningless game for them since they're already running away in the standings?
Not at all. You want to keep the momentum going. You want to keep rolling forward as you get closer and closer to the playoffs. You can't afford to let up and just basically lose your edge going into the playoffs.
So for the Buttes, they find themselves 3rd in the standings, 3 points behind Minnesota, but after last weekend, just 1 point ahead of the Riveters, so we know this is a big weekend for them.
Right. You need to come out with points this weekend, especially since Metropolitan and Minnesota are playing each other this weekend.
Yeah, and Coach Parham told us just a few minutes ago that he wants to get at least 2 points this weekend to try to keep some distance between themselves and the Riveters, so it's going to be big to not get swept again this weekend.
Right. It's always important to get some points where you can get them.
Some very big news coming out just before puck drop today, just before we got here. We find out that the Boston Pride have signed former Butte Jordan Giron, and this is exciting because she's decided to come back and play for the NWHL.
That is very big news.
It's very significant because she's the first player to do this.
Right. And any player coming back into the league is a very big thing. It's a very good thing for the NWHL as a whole.
So she dresses for the Pride today. She'll wear number 3. She's the extra forward. We expect good things out of her. She's strong on the puck and should bring a good game. But on the other side, there's this player that you may have heard of if you've been tracking the Buffalo Buttes this year. I keep joking. Is Taylor Accursey any good at ice hockey, Mike?
I would have to say I think so. She had 5 goals and assists last weekend in the 2 games against Metropolitan, and she's also the league's leading goal scorer this season with 15 goals on the season. And it's actually a good matchup this weekend because I believe Boston has 2 of the next 2 top goal scorers, so it's a matchup of the top goal scorers in the NWHL this weekend.
Yeah, Kersey was able to actually leapfrog a few of the Pride skaters, which is big because Boston has been on top all year, but a 5-goal weekend will do that for you. So as you mentioned, 15 goals, 5 assists for Kersey on the year, but she also slipped into first all-time in Butte's franchise history in goals scored.
And that really is a big thing to be first in a history of a team in goal scoring.
Yeah, so she has 23 goals, just ahead of Corinne Bowie with 19, and then 2 Buttes, Skamura and Stedman, tied at 18, but very significant for Kersey. It's interesting because Kersey maybe wasn't always known for her scoring touch. She has 23 goals. I believe this is her 3rd season played. 23 goals on her career and 15 this year. So she's playing at a torrid pace.
And a lot of those are when the team needs help, when the team is down and needs somebody to carry them. And a few weeks ago was against Minnesota where she had 3 goals in the 3rd period, and then last week where she had 4 goals in the 3rd period and then 1 goal in the game last Sunday.
Starting for the Buttes, Mariah Fujimagari. Starting for the Pride, Victoria Hansen. We'll be back right after this live NWHL action from Northtown Center. Welcome back to Northtown Center as the Buffalo Buttes prepare to host the Boston Pride once again. As we mentioned in the open mic, the 6th matchup for these teams. The Pride a perfect 5-0 against the Buttes. However, that first weekend saw an 8-1 win. The most recent weekend, the Buttes played them tough.
That's right, and it's important that the Buttes continue to play them tough like they did in the most recent 2 games they played, instead of being in the form they were in at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Parham before the game, and he mentioned that Coach Paul Mara for the Pride said he enjoyed playing Buffalo because it felt like they were getting some competition because, as you mentioned, a plus 53 goal differential. There have not been many close games for Boston this year, but for whatever reason, Buffalo's played them tight.
Well, the Buttes, the way I see the Buttes is they're a very complete team. They play well from one end to the other. They play a 200-foot game, and that's very important against good teams. Some teams are good in one certain zone. Maybe you have a team that's good in the offensive zone. Maybe you have a team that's good in the defensive zone. Both these teams out here today are good at both ends of the ice.
We'll see how that plays out. We know Boston plays with some real speed that Buffalo has to try to neutralize. Starting for the Pride, McKenna Brand, Jill Dempsey with Christina Putinha on the other wing. Kaylee Fratkin and Mallory Soliotis will play at the point. Victoria Hansen instead of the Vissa Solander. So Hansen for the Buttes. It's a Kersey, Bowie, Klimasova, Bustad, Peltier, and Fujima Gari, and we are underway here at Northtown Center. Off the faceoff, Boston driving in quickly as Dempsey driving the net. She's hooked down. Penalty coming up here to the Buttes already, but perhaps a good penalty to take. There's a shot for Putinha that's deflected wide into the corner. Brand sets up, and now the Pride have all 6 skaters on the ice in the offensive zone. That puck is centered out front on the backhand by Soliotis, but it didn't quite get out front. That puck is centered, and now the Buttes will come up with it. We'll have a hooking penalty, a certain call that was blatantly obvious to see, but might have saved a goal there, Mike.
Yeah, Dempsey had about 2 steps on the Buttes defense, split them right down the middle, so that was a good penalty to take to not give her a one-on-one opportunity with Fujima Gari.
So it's Sarah Bustad who will sit for 2 or less after the hook. Not the start the Buttes would want, giving up quick chances, but also a power play this early, and the Pride will set up right off the draw and try to go to work. It's on the far side half wall. Puck comes out top to Fratkin, working it back over to the right wing. Puck up top to Fratkin again, looks over to Putinha. Putinha sending it down low, but the Buttes are trying to get a stick in the lane. Fratkin keeps it in. Wines fires low wide of the net. That puck is gathered by Brand. She sets it back to Fratkin. One-timer knocked down neatly. Kim Brown knocked that pass down, that shot down clean with her stick. But Dempsey resets for the Pride. It's Brand through the middle. Nice move by Brand there. By a little bit of room, back to Fratkin. Fratkin sends it near side Putinha. Centering pass goes all the way across to Brand. She shoots. Saved by Fujima Gari. But the Pride will keep it in with Putinha. No, she won't. Puck ends up out to the neutral zone, and Putinha has to retreat and reset, and the Pride makes some changes, as do the Buttes. Puck's brought through the neutral zone with speed. Driving behind the net and chipping it around the boards. Now it's at the point. Comes near side, it's Sullivan. Sending it up top. Soliotis sending it over wide to the half wall. Soliotis wants the one-timer, gets it. That shot, look out, almost hit her teammate. That was Lexi Lang in front of the net that had to duck out of the way of that slap shot as that puck goes off the glass over the net and gets pinned against the mesh on the back. We'll have a whistle.
Boston has been doing a very good job of moving the puck around on their power play. Had a couple of opportunities. Fujima Gari had to make a couple saves, but so far has held Boston without a power play goal.
So about 40 seconds left in the penalty to Bustad. Pride did win the draw and are coming up with it yet again. They center it out front, but that misses everybody and goes on the far side. It's Kelly over there. Kelly sends it near side. Little bit too hot to handle when looking for the one-timer to Sullivan. That puck center deflected out front. They score. And the Pride power play strikes with a beautiful deflection out front. We'll have to see who tipped that one home out front.
It looked like it was Carly Taves, number 26.
It looks like Lang's taking credit for the goal, leading away down the high five line down the bench. So Lexi Lang, maybe Sullivan centered it to her, but Lexi Lang sets up out front and deflects us in past Fujima Gari. They sent it down to the near side and looking out front. Real good chance there to deflect it out front and get the goal. And although the Buttes managed to stave off the beginning of the power play, the Pride did strike. Here's Dempsey in with speed, shooting it short side, but it goes wide, and now the Buttes look to break out. That breakout pass is knocked down as Stacy couldn't get it out over the blue line. Birdsall chips it out. McPherson battling for it, but it's coming right back in the other way with Putinha. Putinha to the point, flipped in towards the net, but knocked down in front of the net, and the Buttes will lug it out with Chermova. A spin move at the blue line. That backhand pass immediately intercepted by Putinha and sprung ahead for Brand. Brand shooting low. Fujima Gari kicks that one aside. There's a race to the puck along the boards. Butte struggling just to break the neutral zone so far. Chermova leaving it behind her own net. It's Bowering. Swinging it over to Birdsall. She can't quite handle it. Chips it up and off the glass out to the neutral zone, and it almost landed right for Candace Sheriff, but the bouncing puck couldn't be corralled. Here come the Pride back the other way. That puck is centered. Out front, it's Rowe driving the middle from her defense position, but that puck gets broken up a bit and swung around on a backhand. Kim Brown tees it up, and now the Buttes will break out through the neutral zone, and Sheriff brings it in over the blue line. She gives Chase skating around a lineswoman. She's being checked by Rowe, and now the Buttes get some offensive zone time for the first time. Good pinch there by Bustad. If that pinch gets beaten, it's a 3-on-1 the other way. But Bustad doing a great job pinching along the boards. Sarah Bustad, a one-woman wrecking crew over there, keeping that puck in. And she comes up with it yet again and just swings it right back in, and Kelly will have to reset. Kelly swinging it back for Taves. Taves chipping it ahead neatly. Sullivan in over the line in the middle here. Sullivan has it. Shooting. Fujimagari, look out. She knocks it down. She gets skated into there. Some concerns from the fans as Fujimagari gets knocked over, but she finds the puck and holds on. Take a look at the replay of that power play goal scored by the Pride. We didn't quite get a full look at the replay before because of live action. So Sullivan has it on the half wall, sends it out front, down low first, then it's out front and deflected in for the goal. There's a point shot that goes off a stick and off wide into the corner. Soliotis pinching, trying to keep it in, but Sullivan came up with it on the backhand, and it's Taylor Acursi. Acursi through the middle with speed. Acursi looking to the net, firing, low shot, doesn't get through, knocked off into the corner by Soliotis. Puck hops up over the glass into the mesh, and we have a stoppage in play.
That was a nice play there by Acursi in the neutral zone, just to take the puck neatly and bring it into the offensive zone to produce a chance on goal.
They needed something on offense for sure. The early penalty hurting them right out of the gate. That stumbled them out of the block. And the Pride jump all over the Buttes every chance they get on offense. That's what makes them so good. This pass through the middle is intercepted, sent right back in. Would be an icing, but Guillen's going to be the first one there to beat it out. Erin Guillen trying to send it down low. She's checked by two defenders in the corner, and they whack away at the puck. It squirts out loose, and the Pride breaking it out to the middle off a skate. Chermova with a real good play on defense to break this play up. Stacy tried to spring herself, but lost the puck to Patinia, and this puck is all muddied up in the neutral zone. No one can come up with clean possession. Now the Pride do and wing it in behind the net. Fujimagari out quickly to play it off the boards. McKenna Brand right there to chip it in, though, and now the Pride turning toward the net was Dempsey. That shot is stopped by Fujimagari. She finds the rebound and puts her glove on it.
Yeah, Fujimagari's original clearing attempt out there, original pass to Chermova, just kind of handcuffed her, was in a bad position, and gave the Pride the puck back.
The good play to take away the forecheck. Bowering is excused from the faceoff circle, and Kim Brown comes in. Brown wins the draw. It sits loose in the faceoff circle, but it's Patinia there to come up with it. Patinia on the backhand to Kelly. Kelly firing toward the net, looking for the deflection was Brand, but Fujimagari looks it into her glove. I don't think Brand got a piece of that, and Fujimagari holds on for another whistle.
That's a good play, though. Slow the pace down. If you're having a hard time getting the puck out of the defensive zone, just slow the game down, get a whistle. Maybe you can try again and have better luck next time.
So the Buttes come up with it off the draw, and we'll see if they do have better luck clearing the zone. Brown to Bowering, who will break it out, but that pass misses everybody. Sheriff giving Trace. She wins the race. Sheriff beating Kelly. A great centering pass. Shot out front for Brown. Rebound. Bowering. Backhand gets knocked down. Good shift there for the third line of the Buttes. Great hustle play by Candace Sheriff. And good work from Brown and Bowering to connect on a couple of chances. Held in at the blue line again by Bustad. She's having a great game at the blue line already on offense, keeping the puck in. This puck chipped high and wide. Peltier comes up with it, looking to break out. Peltier finds Bowering. She's at the end of her shift. She'll just ring it around the boards and head to the bench. Klimasova on the forecheck can't come up with it. Sullivan now has it on the left wing and looks to break out as she cuts to the middle. Sullivan sending it wide. That would be an icing, but it was on Fujimagari, so no icing coming, and the Buttes look to break out. That's right to Soliotis. Her shot kicked aside. Fujimagari. Rebound for Lang. Out in front. Loose puck. Couldn't quite be corralled there by the Pride as they had a good look at an empty net, and the Buttes come back the other way. It's Corinne Bowie. Bowie cutting in, trying to tuck it around the goaltender, but Hansen got just enough of Bowie's stick there to knock it away. Good chance there for Corinne Bowie. She's got it again. Bowie battling for the puck, has some support from Stacy. Stacy trying to find Skarbowski at the point, but it's intercepted by Putinha. Putinha was the one with the look at the net, but couldn't corral it. She chips it in deep. Orzechowski sending it behind the net. Her pass intercepted on the backhand. Putinha tries the wraparound. It's loose. Bad play there in the Butte's own end by Skarbowski, and Orzechowski trying to clear the zone. Almost ended up in the back of their net. Long play chipped up the boards to Stacy. Looking for a pass that misses everybody, makes it down the ice, and beat out once again. Cassidy McPherson got on her horse that time. Buttes all hustle on these icings, or would-be icings. McPherson buys herself some space, shooting, caught and held by Hansen for a whistle. Some life for the Buttes, Mike.
Yeah, that hustle to beat out the icing is very important, especially the one where Candace Sheriff got down there, passed it out front for what ended up being 2 wonderful opportunities on the Boston net.
Face off to Hansen's right. Pride still have 6 skaters on the ice, but now that will be sorted away as Wren takes a seat. Off the draw, puck ends up behind the Pride net, all the way up with Fluke. Fluke dropping it back for Bender, but intercepted by the Buttes. Here's a chance in over the line. It's McPherson. She centers it, shot by Stacy. Penalty coming up here to the Pride. Centered out front, misses everybody. Here's Birdsall. Birdsall looking to the net. Nice move to drag it through, and they're going to say that was possession, although it didn't look like it. But the Buttes will head to the woman advantage here with 12:16 to play in period 1. Looks like Taves is going to be the one taking the penalty here for the Pride. Check that, Mastel. Sorry, 28, not 26. So it's Brianna Mastel in the box for 2 or less.
It's important, just a little over 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes into the game, that the Buttes at least have a good power play opportunity here. Even if they don't score, get some momentum on their side and get themselves back even.
Not a great start as the Pride come up with it right off the draw and send it down the line. Chermova with a nice lead pass up to Accursi. Accursi sends it in deep, gives chase. Can the Buttes get set up here? Accursi knocked to her wallet along the boards. Still loose on the ice as 5 skaters battle for it. Bowie tries to come up with it. Good play by Peltier to hold it in at the point and send it back down low. Soliotis comes up with it, fires it, not going to get it out. Peltier holds it in. Peltier on the half wall now to Bowie. Bowie sending it down low. Bowering back to the point. Peltier, Chermova near side. Chermova shoots. Good blocker saved by Hansen to track that puck and knock it away. Chermova reading that was going to be sent down the ice. Turned it around. A good look there, but a good save by Hansen through traffic. Buttes will change to their second unit and reset on the power play. Here's Bustad breaking out of her own end for Stacy. Stacy in over the line has Guillen with her. Drops it back. Klimasova just chips it down low. Stacy whacking away at it. It ends up with McPherson. McPherson driving the net, shooting. That hit the Hansen in the chest. She couldn't quite track it. Has to sprawl out and get a paw on that one. Another good look for the Buttes.
And that's important to get the good looks on the power play. Down by 1, good opportunities, and they'll still have a few seconds after the power play is over where the Pride were getting their 5th skater back on the ice to maybe net an opportunity.
Klimasova to Bustad. Bustad looking to send it down low. It was deflected. Now it's rung around the boards, but it's stopped behind the net. Another chance off the boards. Klimasova's upset that one got by her. Bustad hustling back to reset, and the Buttes will have time for one more rush on this power play with 20 ticks left. Bustad skating through the middle, looking for an outlet pass, finds Klimasova. Klimasova with speed through the middle. She drives, looking for a low shot, looking for a rebound, but it missed the net as she was stick checked. Guillen to Stacy. Stacy now centers it. Guillen, it's knocked off her stick neatly. And look out here, Pride sending it down the ice, back to even strength as Mastel steps out of the box and immediately goes to the bench. Pride making wholesale changes. Buttes change everyone but Bustad, and we're back at even strength, 5 skaters aside. Breakout pass to Bowie's knocked away and held in by the Pride. Another chance. Bowering has it. She can't quite get it out either. Now it comes out with Bowie. Bowie winging it across. That pass is picked out of the air neatly by Lang. Chipped down the ice. We'll see if this is going to be an icing, and in fact it will be. Klimasova looking pretty tired along the boards over there and frustrated because the Buttes cannot make a change after that icing. Face-off will be coming up here to Fujimagari's left. Lineswoman calls the skaters in. Buttes thought the faceoff was going to be on the right, so a few of them have to skate to the other side of the rink. Draws one by Dempsey. Shot by Brand goes wide of the net. Bustad gets over to it. She's got to be at the end of her shift, too. Chipped ahead, Ruggiero giving chase. She can't quite come up with it. Chipped right back in. Bustad will reset yet again. She still hasn't gotten to the bench. Bustad behind the net. Birdsall trying to send it up. She turns it over. Check that it was Bowering. That's centered out front to Putinha, knocked away by Fujimagari. A battle in the corner. Puck still loose, chipped around behind the net. Bustad tripped up. No call there as her skates were poke checked out from under her. Bowering just up and off the glass, trying anything to get out of her own end. And it is sent right back in. Here's a chance now for Brand. Brand shooting. Fujimagari save. Knocks it down and with a paw on it. 9:08 to play in period number 1. It's Pride 1, Butte 0. Back after this break. Welcome back to Northtown Center. A power play goal by Lexi Lang very early in the period gives the Pride a 1-0 lead. Puck is down to the left of Fujimagari. Pride coming up with it. Centered out front, that missed everybody. And the Buttes look to break out. There's a Kersey flying through the neutral zone with speed. A Kersey dropping it back. Look out, Kim Brown knocked down. And now we have a penalty coming up here. I think it's going to the Pride as Kim Brown tried to drive through. And we'll see who's heading to the box here. And it will, in fact, be a Buttes power play. As Lexi Lang, our goal scorer, nope, check that. Raspa. Second time I've confused a 6 for an 8. These sweaters don't make it easy. So it's Marissa Raspa who will sit 2 or less as we're tying up Kim Brown on that drive. That was sparked by a Kersey speed through the neutral zone. Peltier holding it in at the point. That clearing attempt by the Pride didn't get out. Bowering behind the net, chipping it to herself. Good pressure here by the Pride on the PK, giving no space to the Buttes to set up. Bowering trying to come up with it. She's got it yet again, drops it back to the point. Unfortunately for Tremova, 2 Pride converge on it, and Lang forced it out to center ice. Bowie. Peltier had to be very careful there, too, if that was turned over. Pride come up with it again, sent through the neutral zone. Buttes can't get the puck in deep. A couple of tries. Tremova now has it. The Buttes will reset from their own end. Bowie with speed, looking to beat the Pride who are changing. Bowie knocks it in over the line to herself, driving around behind the net. Looking out front, no one there, so she goes behind. Sends it to Peltier. Her shot blocked out in front. Never got through. Good block there by Jenna Rowe. Another shot. That one goes wide as Bowie let that one go. And this will break out the other way. Pride looking for numbers. It's 2-on-2 back the other way. Dempsey in over the line. Dempsey might have gotten tripped up by the lineswoman there a little bit. She's still got the puck, though. But Dempsey on her backhand sends it across. Shot saved short side by Fujimagari. Bowering comes up with it. Sends it around behind the net. Stacy will come up with it. 45 to go in the power play for Buffalo. Stacy sends it to Guillen. Guillen through the neutral zone, sending it in to herself. Gives chase on the forecheck. Guillen wraps around behind the net, looking to the point. Pass is deflected, but Bustad comes up with it. That fluttering shot goes wide. Buttes reset. Looking to the point. No, keeping it herself is Stacy. Sorry, McPherson. McPherson. Far side. Nowhere to go with it. Just drops it to herself, essentially. Sends it to the middle. Stacy looking out front, but her stick got checked. Couldn't get it to Guillen, who was standing all alone out front. Guillen is dispossessed. Puck's battled for. She gets it back. Bustad Sending it over, deflected. That goes up and out of play. We'll have a face-off with 8 seconds to go. Staying in the Pride zone. 8 left on the power play.
The Pride penalty kill is so aggressive. Normally you'll see a team stay in a box or a diamond, whether it's a tight box or a wide box, but the Boston Pride defense is coming out and pressuring the Buttes players on the power play.
Face-off to Hansen's left. Off the draw, the Pride come up with it. Bustad, great job holding it in. Knocked that down with her glove at the blue line. Unfortunately, her pass couldn't be handled. Bustad wisely sees Raspa coming out of the box, just sends it right back in deep to make sure no turnover could occur on a breakout. Here's Lang looking for a one-touch pass, but she misplayed it. The Buttes steal it. That's deflected by Brown in over the line, but knocked down immediately, and the Pride on the backhand send it up to Lang. Lang looking for Sullivan, misses everybody, and a good line taken there. No icing. Sullivan apparently beat that out, I guess, as it looked like Orzakowski had her boxed out skating to the corner. That puck goes far side to the blue line, looking backdoor for a one-timer, but Taves couldn't quite come up with it. Fanned on the shot. That centering pass read wisely by Kim Brown, but no one's there to clear it out for her. And now the Buttes will come up with it again. Bowering, sending it to Brown, who dropped it for Bowering, but she wasn't there. She sends it in deep, and unfortunately for the Buttes, as they try to make some changes, the Pride break right back out. Buttes struggling to get much going offensively. That puck's lifted through the air. Skarbowski comes up with it. She'll turn and go back behind her own net. Birdsall sending her around, telling her to go wide with it. Skarbowski's pass in the skates of Bowie, but a great job to kick it to her stick. Bowie dragging it through. Bowie leaving it for Klimasova. That shot's knocked wide, saved by Hansen. Bowie sends it back down low. Unfortunately, Klimasova didn't pinch down. Two skaters went in the same direction, and now the Pride break out the other way with speed. It's Whitney Wren offside on the play. I think they're going to say Wren put herself offside by not possessing that puck over the blue line. Face-off outside the blue line. If you're watching on twitch.tv/NWHL, we're glad to have you today. Thanks for tuning in to watch this live NWHL game. Here's a chance for Klimasova to a Kersey. Back to Klimasova. That doesn't connect. Good look there as a quick 2-on-1 developed for the Buttes. Here come the Pride the other way with numbers. It's Brand. Brand shooting. That shot hits a skate in front of her and goes off to the sideboards. Putinha, look out. Putinha, while whacking at the puck, took down, it looks like Chermova. Chermova's okay, a little slow to her feet. Nothing malicious there, certainly no penalty playing the puck as Chermova went down. But Chermova was awkward to get up. Here's Birdsall going behind the net, trying to come up with it, chipping it around. It's not going to make it to a Kersey, and the Pride send it back down low. Bowie behind her own net, she'll break out. Bowie looking for Klimasova. Klimasova doesn't know it's there. She was headed to the bench for a change, and the Pride are afforded a quick transition the other way. McKenna Brand in over the line. Brand driving behind the net, sent wide by Birdsall. Brand looking to center, taking away the passing lanes, deflected out front. That puck ends up behind the net, though. But the Pride still have it, just whirling around the Buttes defensive zone for the Buttes. Off Fujimagari's pad, Birdsall comes up with it. She can't quite play it. Sends it around to Peltier, and Peltier rings it high off the glass and out. For at least a moment, the Buttes break out of their own end. Guillen sending it up for Stacy. It goes back to Guillen and back to Stacy again. Battle at the blue line. Buttes are offside. They'll have to tag up, and they do. That pass misses Bustad. Here's a chance for the Pride driving in, but Bustad, strong stick work to take that puck away. They battle for it behind the net. And the Buttes come up with it off the boards to Guillen. Guillen to Stacy. Stacy 3-on-2 for the Buttes. Stacy dropping it back. McPherson looking backdoor for a deflection to Stacy, but just out of her reach. Pride trying to send it ahead. It's knocked up high in the air. Stacy to Guillen, and it handcuffed her. That would have been a good chance for Guillen to look at the net. Pride dumping it in as they look to make changes. It ends up on Fujimagari, who will freeze the puck as Emily Fluke was driving down onto the crease.
That's been a problem today for the Buttes is they have a lot of passes that are just either ended up in their skates or handcuffing them. It makes it hard to exit the zone. It makes it hard to maintain possession when the puck is in your skates or really not on your stick.
You see how crisp Boston's passes are, and that's really been the difference. You look at how quickly they break out of their own end and through the neutral zone. Buffalo will have to be better to match that if they want to generate their own offense. Off the faceoff, that shot goes high over the net. That was a fluttering puck. Sent out to the neutral zone. Soliotis comes up with it. Fluke sending it right back in. That shot saved by Fujimagari. knocked up in the air. Soliotis on a pinch from the point. Buttes trying to come up with it and break out, and they do. Kim Brown breaks out through the neutral zone. It's a 1-on-3. She drags it through neatly, takes a shot that goes wide. Nice move to buy herself some space. Sheriff battling forward along the corner. Bowering coming in to help. 4 women digging at it in the corner. No one can come up with it quite yet. Now the Pride do and look to break out. But behind their own net was Kim Brown. Behind the Pride net trying to knock it free. Bowering on the backhand keeps it in. Puck still loose. Sitting. Oh, it's centered out front. Sheriff on the backhand. Centering it. Good save there by Hansen. She was ready. Skarbowski pinching from the point. Buttes making changes. Center to Kim Brown, who turns and fires, but it's blocked as it hits a skate. Good chance there. Buttes once again coming up with it. It's Bowie with speed. Bowie chipping it off the boards, but losing the puck. Turning it over. And Fluke sending it ahead for Dempsey. Chermova right there to take it away, and the Buttes will look to break out of their own end. Chermova being checked behind the net, but she's strong on the puck and breaks it out. That puck's wired into the neutral zone. Putinha comes up with it, centered for Brand. I think she was looking for Dempsey and missed her, and it ended up with Brand. But either way, the Buttes come up with it going the other way. It's a Kersey. Her shot right on and saved by Hansen, who holds on for a whistle.
Shots on goal are always good, and Kersey is very dangerous when she gets shots on goal. As we said in the opening, she has 15 goals on the season, and they tend to usually be when at the times when the team needs them most, and this is definitely a good time to get one.
She also has shown the ability to just kind of skate over the blue line, wire it at the net, and finding Twine because she got such a good shot this year. Here's a chance for the Pride, 2-on-1. It's Lang in over the line. Lang fanned on the puck. She looked to shoot it, fanned on it completely, and Chermova chips it away. But trouble is not gone yet. Out in front, it's deflected. Ends up into the far side half wall. Kersey tripping up her skater and then gets knocked down herself. Body's hitting the floor everywhere. Kersey a little slow to get up on that one. Might have landed on her arm. She awkwardly stands up and heads back towards the bench. Slow to get there. That pass to the back door isn't connected on. Kersey slow to the bench. Keep an eye on that. See how she's doing. She went down. It looked like awkwardly on her left arm. That puck sent to the center, but no one can chip it. Klimasova at the end of her shift has nothing left in the tank. And now the Buttes look to break out. Guillen chipping it, not out, couldn't beat Putinha, but now on a second effort, MJ Peltier sends it in deep, and the Buttes can make the much-needed changes. Buttes come up with it on a nice forecheck there. Puck's bouncing out in front of the net. A nice backhand pass. 1 minute to go here in period number 1 as Brand breaks through the neutral zone, centering it. Dempsey bumped just enough. Good defense there. McPherson skate for skate with Dempsey. And that puck ends up beating Fujimagari in between her glove and pad. And with 43 seconds to go, Boston opens up a 2-0 lead as Lauren Kelly just throws it on net and beats Fujimagari over her pad.
That looked like an innocent shot on goal that Fujimagari might want back.
You heard it hit a pad or a glove. You definitely heard Fujimagari get a piece of this shot. It just kind of surprised, everyone was surprised to see that puck go in. And with less than a minute to play in period 1, the Pride have opened a 2-0 lead up. Off the draw, Boston comes up with it yet again. Chipped up through the neutral zone. Gets in over the blue line. Sent up high off the glass by Bowering. Right back to the neutral zone, but the Pride reloading. Sending it in deep. It's Rowe. Offside called on Boston. Face-off coming up right in front of the Buttes bench. So Kelly from Brand and Dempsey, it's scored. So Boston's top line showing up on the score sheet again. Face-off comes to center ice. Must have called the face-off, the offside's intentional. Here comes Brand in over the line. Putinha now. Putinha trying to center it. It doesn't get through. Kim Brown breaks it up. 15 seconds to go. We'll see what the Buttes decide to do. That puck high in the air as it was deflected in an attempted dump in. Peltier at the point, 8 seconds to go. Wires it blocked right in front of her. Putinha blocked that right off her stomach, I think. And that shot never got through. And as the first period comes to a close, we have a score of Boston 2, Buffalo nothing. Good start if you're the Pride. Buffalo showed some glimpses of offense. We'll see. We'll be back to talk about that period with more after this break and second period action on NWHL.tv.
Здравствуйте, дамы и господа, зовут меня Двухреченский Денис. Неофициальное разрешение. Трансляция женского НХЛ. НХЛ, да, вообще не ищут кого угодно. К сожалению, сейчас у них большие проблемы с контрактами. Спонсорами, видите, даже пусто. Завтра, кстати, тоже играют команды. И тоже будет, кажется, Баффало или Бостон. У них всего сейчас 5 команд. Что-то нам не показывают ничего в перерыве в этот раз. Обычно у них первые 5 минут перерыва дети играют, либо конкурсы разные проводят. А тут сразу заливка льда началась. Тебе нравится матч или нет, как бычки ведут впереди? Мне кажется, местами блоки пропадают на поборах. Вот смотрите, все цифры нормальные, слова. Напротив, кстати, окошки, там сидят комментаторы, двое из которых вам сегодня комментируют. И также там есть VIP. На VIP тоже что-то окошко не горит. Дирекция, похоже, не приехала. Баффало в прошлый раз себя дома проиграл разгромным счетом. 5-3, 6-3 точнее. И сейчас я смотрю. Баффало себя дома опять проигрывает. Здравствуйте, Галина. А мне вот на 21-22 выпуска рецептов надо записаться в 18-ю поликлинику. Ага, понял, спасибо большое. Сказали 7-го звонить. Поехал до этого.
Welcome back to Northtown Center, where the Boston Pride open up a 2-0 lead over the Buffalo Beauts. Some dominance by the Pride on the puck, a power play goal early and a goal very late in the period. Mike, what does a goal with less than a minute to go in a period do for the locker room heading back in?
For the team that scored the goal in the last minute of the period, it's a boost of confidence. It's always good to end a period on a high note. For the team that gave it up, it's a little bit of a letdown because you want to go into the locker room having played the end of the period strong and build on that going into the next period.
So here's the first goal. Sorry, deflected in by Lexi Lang on the power play. That came very early into the game, about a minute in. The Pride were given a power play on their first shift, and Lexi Lang on the second power play unit was able to score that one. And then the goal with 43 seconds left in the period, just a harmless shot from Lauren Kelly. We said that Fujimagari looks like she got a piece of it. We heard it hit something, but it ended up behind her.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. That's one that a goalie would like to have back, is when they get a piece of it and it still goes in. You'd like to have that back just because you know you got a piece of it, and usually that's a save.
We've seen the Beauts in this situation before where they've trailed. It's happened against Minnesota. It certainly happened against Boston. They did it against Connecticut as well when they were trailing. They found a way to come back. How do they crack that? How do they crack into the score column with the first one? What adjustments do they need to make to hopefully get on the scoreboard? Because step one to erasing a 2-goal deficit, as stupid as it is one goal.
Right. And the first thing they have to do is maintain possession in the offensive zone. A lot of their possessions seem to be rushed. Boston is a very aggressive defense. I mean, they score a lot of goals, but they also don't give very many up. So you need to get in the offensive zone. You need to maintain possession. You need to move the puck. You need to get them moving because they do move. And you could get them to overcommit on defense on a team that's moving.
I think one of the things I noticed is how often Beauts looks at the net are one and done. They get a shot on goal and it's a face-off, or the puck ends up coming out of the zone. For the Pride, we've seen minutes of sustained forecheck and cycling, even not on the power play. The Pride have been able to keep the puck in the Butte zone for long periods of time.
Right, and that's another key to getting better offensive chances is you can't be just one and done. You have to get the rebounds, you have to pass the puck around, make teams move, but you just have to get more than one opportunity at a time sometimes.
Well, the Buttes have done a great job of adjusting so far this year. The Boston Pride have done a great job of finding ways to win every game they've played in. So after 2-0 Boston, and here we are with second period action. Brandon over the line on a pass from Dempsey, looking out front for Putinha, but she couldn't quite come up with the deflection because MJ Peltier was there to hassle her enough that she couldn't connect with the puck. A backhand centering attempt broken up neatly by Bustad. Her clearing attempt is knocked down, however. Sent out front, Putinha, instead of shooting, drops it back to the point. Putinha probably should have let that rip. Brand back to Putinha. She centers it. Dempsey, another look at the net that she didn't take. Knocked down out front. Here's a chance for Acursi. Acursi with just Fratkin back, one-on-one. Acursi taking her time, wiring it toward the net, but saved and held by Hansen. A good quick breakout pass for the Buttes there, springs Taylor Acursi.
Right, and that's a good opportunity, one-on-one. If I'm a team, I take that all day long, one-on-one opportunities. She wired a good shot high, glove side, but Hansen was on top of that for the save.
Fratkin might have done just enough to take away where Acursi wanted to go. Off the draw, McPherson knocking it over to the right wing, and it's tapped back to Birdsall, who sends it behind the net. Guillen can't come up with it. McPherson does in the near side corner, however. She's digging away at the puck near side boards. It's sent down behind the net. Guillen giving chase, chipped around the boards. McPherson's got it. Centering out front to Stacy. What a save. She might have shot that wide, but if indeed Hansen got a piece, that was a great save by Victoria Hansen. Pride trying to get out of their own end. They can't quite do it. The Buttes getting some forecheck going, as we talked about in the open for this period. Buttes sustaining some pressure this shift. Now the Pride come up with it. Lexi Lang, it's just out of her reach, but she chips it ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan has Lang and Taves driving. Sullivan drops it back to the point. That point shot's deflected a few times, ends up wide of the net. Sullivan tries to bank it in off Mariah Fujimagari, but she was privy to that, got to the post and held her ground.
Yeah, Fujimagari pushed off very well to get across the crease and make the save there.
We see the officials checking the net. That net has been infamous for coming off the mooring, especially the right side, Mariah's right side that she pushed off of there. Very often when a goaltender pushes off the right side post, it's become dislodged. Off the draw, the Pride win it, but it's Kim Brown that comes up with it and races through the middle, 1-on-4. Brown shooting for the net, blocked. She got a chance to reload. That was taken out of the air with a high stick by Sheriff, but the Pride touch it and cancel it out. Whitney Wren trying to get it ahead. That's chipped up in the air. The Pride's offside if they touch this puck. They do have to tag up. Brown on the backhand. Chipping it to Bowering. Bowering in over the line. She's got one hand on the stick now, too. Centers it, misses everybody, ends up at the point. Skarbowski's shot. Knocked down, it's still loose in front of the net. That was Orzakowski, check it. Orzakowski chipping it around behind the net. Didn't quite get it behind the net, so the Pride come up with it and look to break it out. Orzakowski trying to hold it in on a pinch, ends up on her backside. Puck's back in over the line, and the Pride have to reset. Sent out to the neutral zone. Orzakowski hacks away at it, can't get it back in. Bowering tags up. Brown can't come up with it cleanly. She gets it, does send it in deep, and the Buttes will complete their change. Changing wholesale. Bowie, all alone on the forecheck, does come up with the puck by herself. The only Butte on the ice was Corinne Bowie, and she came up with that puck. Kudos to her. MJ Peltier, Mighty Mouse, jumping up, knocking that puck down at the blue line neatly, but the Pride come up with the pass and turn it the other way. Dempsey with Fluke behind her. Fluke shooting. Mariah Fujimagari knocks that one off her shoulder, and the Buttes break out the other way. It's Klimasova to Acursi. Acursi dragging, firing. Caught and held there by Hansen. Another good look for Acursi, but Hansen in good position to make a save.
Yeah, that was another good look. This time, Acursi went about mid-level blocker side, and Hansen was able to just look it into her chest and trap it against her body to force the face-off.
And Acursi not on the off wing that time, able to drive down her natural left wing side. Not that she can't drive both sides of the ice. That pass misses everybody. That's an icing for sure as Bustad heads back behind her net. Buttes came out with a little more energy, Mike. They look good so far, playing five-a-side especially. They got to stay out of the box. Don't let a penalty kind of clip this energy in the bud, but a good start for the Buttes.
Right, they're getting a few breaks. The Kersey's had a few good looks on goal, and they're doing a better job at having possession in their offensive zone.
Pride come up with it and ring it around the near side boards. Brand chips it ahead. That misses Putinha, but she's going to be the first to get there, beat out the icing. She sends it on the backhand on the far side. Soliotis over there trying to come up with it. She does and takes it behind the net. Chipped around, it's Dempsey on her backhand. That bounced off the boards. Took a bad bounce on Dempsey. Hit a little section of snow along the boards and bounced over her stick. It ended up in the neutral zone, but Fratkin sends it right back in. Fuji tees it up behind the net for Bustad. She has to ring it around the boards because the forecheck was right in her pocket. Klimasova can't come up with this puck, and the Buttes can't break out of their own end currently. Battling away for it is Peltier all the way up at the blue line. Buttes do chip it out. Acursi can't quite beat her defender. Peltier can't come up with it clean either, and now it's to Bowie. That pass jumps off her stick. Buttes just struggling to get anything going here through the neutral zone. Taves sending it on a backhand off the boards to Sullivan. Sullivan is checked in the neutral zone. Buttes trying to turn it over. Klimasova strong on the puck, chips it ahead, but once again, nothing doing for the Buttes through the neutral zone, and the Pride come up with it. Long stretch pass, knocked down, broken up a couple of times. Peltier comes up with it, sends it on the far side boards to Ruggiero. Her pass is intercepted. Taves comes near side. Taves in over the zone, looking to center, but no one there, so she drives behind the net. Chipping it around, centered out front, deflected, ends up back at the point. Sent to the near side, intercepted, tipped out to herself. Guillen trying to come up with it, but a good hustle play there. I believe that was Rowe that got back in time to break that up. Check it, that's Bender that got back in time to break that up. Shermova fans on her pass, but comes up with it yet again. Shermova through the neutral zone, she's going to take it herself. Shermova tries to cut to the middle, instead turns it over, and the Pride come back the other way. Raspa dropping it back, looking for Mastill, but it didn't get there. Bowering now has it and looks to break out. Bowering, nice toe drag there to the backhand. Gives herself a little bit of room, but it ends up with Shermova, who sends it to Guillen, who deflects it in over the line. Buttes get their top line right back out there. I don't blame them. They're playing well. Pride have it. That's intercepted. Turned over to Acursi. Klimasova driving the net. Acursi's drop pass to Bowie. She gets tripped up. No call there as the stick swung through and chipped her up. There's Jordan Giron, the first shift we've seen her take right back into the NWHL, making her, Boston Pride debut. Giron on the backhand sends it behind the net. Her first shift comes to an end. Welcome back to the NWHL, Jordan. Pride sent it in on Fujimagari. Could have been called offside once it hit the goaltender, but the skater's still in the offensive zone. That long pass is knocked down. The Pride come up with it and quickly turn up ice. It's Kelly. She couldn't bring it in over the blue line as the Pride were still tagging up. She retreats back a bit, now gains the neutral zone and the blue line, chips it up in the air to herself, and she's still got it. Kelly all the way down into the corner. Bowering there to knock it away from her. Puck jumps up in the air. Now the Buttes look to break out. High pass through the neutral zone. Settled down immediately by Rowe. Rowe looking to gain center ice and send it in. She sends it in on Skarbowski, who on her backhand chips it to Klimasova. Klimasova, far side to Wazakowski. That puck gets tripped up at the blue line. Didn't quite get out, I don't think. But now the Buttes will get it out either way. Klimasova sending it in. Guillen chipping it ahead. Klimasova trying to get to the bench at the end of her shift. Puck comes right back out. Taves has it now. Taves centers it. Good shot there, knocked aside. As Raspa took it to the middle. That point shot taken, knocked down as Rowe let it go. It's loose in front of the net. Fujimagari comes up with it twice and then knocks it away the second time into the corner. Good saves there by Mariah Fujimagari. That breakout pass from Bustad is intercepted, but good play by McPherson to be strong on the puck and get it out. Stacy to McPherson, drop pass on the backhand. Guillen, she stick checked neatly by Lang, never got the shot away. Taves trying to send it ahead. That's Peltier kicking it up to herself and then feeding it up ahead for McPherson, but McPherson at the end of her shift couldn't come up with a clean and heads to the bench. Pass to Wren. She gets in over the blue line. Wren driving. That puck is deflected by Bustad up and off the glass. Soliotis at the point looking to shoot. She doesn't. She reloads and fires, but Peltier knocks that puck into the corner. Peltier wins the puck battle to Sheriff. Sheriff's breakout pass to Brown gets deflected. They're going to call this an icing, but now it's no longer as it didn't get far enough. Fratkin with Brown breathing down her neck, sends it around behind the net, and a good breakout pass to Wren. Her deflected pass looking for Giron didn't get there. And now they muddy it up in the neutral zone. Fluke knocked over by Jordan Giron. Good play there by Chermova to chip the puck ahead to herself on the one-handed backhand. She sprung herself up the ice, but the Pride come up with it once again. Buttes can't get set up on offense, doing a good job gaining the zone, but not able to get any possession started in the offensive zone. Kim Brown around the boards. Birdsall can't come up with it, but it ends up far enough for Bowie. Bowie looking in over the line. She's got Sheriff with her. She turns it over. Birdsall on the pinch gets beat. And now here come the Pride back the other way. It's Emily Fluke with speed. Her centering pass bounces. It ended up right in the middle with Mastel, but she couldn't quite come up with it. And now the puck is out of play. Face-off will stay in the Butte zone. Back and forth we go, Mike.
Yeah, it has been a back-and-forth period, and one thing that the Buttes have been doing this period, doing a good job of, is keeping the play mostly to the outside instead of letting Boston get to the middle. Other than a couple opportunities, most of the play has been along the boards, which are not the best opportunities.
Although the Buttes haven't generated much offensively themselves, they haven't allowed much to Boston either. But in a 2-0 game, you have to turn the pendulum, swing the pendulum your way if you're Buffalo. And if you're Boston, you're happy to play this way the rest of the game. They dig away at it in the corner. It ends up loose in the slot. Now it's behind the net. That was a bit of a dangerous play for a moment. Might still be dangerous as Putinha has it in the office behind the net. Putinha being checked hard. Sends it back to the point. Bender takes a shot looking for a deflection. Dempsey couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Brand trying to chip it down low. She gets it to Putinha. Putinha turning. Good strong play on the puck for Putinha. They can't get it out for the Buttes, but a good job here. Brand behind the net looking to send it out front. She skates it out front herself. That shot hits Klimasova in the skate and ends up going harmlessly to the corner, but the Pride reset. It's at the point with Brand to Bender. Bender winds, slap shot looking for a little bit of a deflection. Instead, it breaks out with Acursi the other way. Acursi's 1-on-2 going back. Acursi dragging it through, centers it. Klimasova wasn't there. Klimasova gave support to Acursi, and she's upset. She was looking to the middle for a centering pass, and it wasn't there. Sullivan back the other way. Sullivan centers out in front. Good save there by Fujimagari, aggressively off her line, and the Buttes come back the other way with speed. It's Guillen. Stacy. Guillen. She scores! Aaron Guillen and Brooke Stacy, the give and go. And Guillen tips it behind Hansen, and the Buttes are back within one.
That play was started in transition on a turnover. The Buttes went 3-on-1 and just the tic-tac-toe passing game made it an easy goal.
Guillen and Brooke Stacy playing some pitch and catch here, and Guillen doing a great job driving that back post and made no mistake burying that puck behind Victoria Hansen, and the Buttes get on the board. Here they come again. It's McPherson. Her shot's blocked right out front. Kelly didn't let it get through. A pass off the boards. Great play here by Lang to tip it to herself, but A little too far. Guillen's got it again. Drop back to the point. Peltier trying to keep it in. Peltier is so good on the puck. Despite being so small, it does not stop her at all. Using that long reach to keep the reason this puck is still in the zone right now is MJ Peltier at the blue line. Now the Pride look to break it out. Nothing doing yet. Chermova on a pinch gets beat. But good cover up there by Sheriff to cover the point when Chermova pinched. Real good job on the switch there by the Buttes. Chermova looking to her deep partner Birdsall, and now it's Sheriff. Her backhand pass to Bowering, and they send it in deep. Kim Brown giving chase on the forecheck. Bowering as well. Kersey jumps over the boards for Sheriff. This puck misses everybody. Not going to be an icing. Chermova just couldn't quite come up with it. Her pass off the boards hits Kim Brown. She hits Bowering, but she tipped it too far for herself, so the Buttes couldn't quite break out. That pass from Chermova hits a leg and goes to Birdsall. Check that, Skarbowski. Fujimagari comes out, plays it around the boards. Buttes struggling to break through the neutral zone here. Chermova's going to try again. Gets it out over the blue line, offside on the play. 8:20 to go in period 2. The Buttes respond. It's Aaron Guillen. Boston 2, Buffalo 1. Back after this break. Twitch.tv.
часов 20 минут.
Back at the Northtown Center, Boston 2, Buffalo 1, as Aaron Guillen responds on a give and go with Brooke Stacy. As we watch the replay here, Mike, you mentioned how good the breakout was. How important are those breakout passes to create 2-on-1s like this?
They're very important. A 2-on-1 opportunity is a very good scoring chance at any level of hockey, and it's a good time to have. It's always a good time to get a 2-on-1, but especially when you're down by 2 and you're needing to get back into the game, a play like that is very important.
Hopefully the Buttes can find some more breakout plays like that one, because that was a quick breakout pass. Good speed by Guillen. Way to read the play by Stacy. Just an all-around well-executed play that gets the Buttes on the board. It feels like the monkey's off the back for sure as well. Face-off outside the Buttes zone is won by the Pride, but it's in the skates of Soliotis. Dempsey comes up with it. She has Brand. Speaking of 2-on-1s, Dempsey shooting. Mariah makes the save. Fujimagari, big save, knocking that up into the glass. Fratkin has it now. She winds. That shot hits a skate right in front of her. Good block by Klimasova, but Dempsey's got it again. She's stick checked neatly by Bowie. So she couldn't get her shot away, but the Buttes still struggling to get out of their own end. Dempsey, that shot goes just wide of the net. Fratkin pinching down from the point, holds it in. Bowie behind the net. Buttes come up with it. Orzakowski sending it behind her own net, but unfortunately that's not going to get out. Puck centered out front, no one home for that. Dempsey's got it yet again, a good shift for her. Dempsey driving the net, popped up in the air, good save by Fujimagari. Buttes still can't get out of their own end. Orzakowski couldn't clear it that time. That shot hits Fujimagari, big save again. What a play here for Boston. It's like they have a power play. Fratkin has it now. Fratkin driving towards the net, shooting, kicked aside by Fujimagari. Pride reset yet again. That puck is deflected by a Kersey. They get it out, but Fratkin's going to reset for the Pride, and they're going to turn and come right back up ice. Nice move there by Soliotis and over the line. Soliotis shooting, save by Fujimagari. Good play by Soliotis, better save by Fujimagari on that play. Centered out front off a skate, doesn't get through. Bender looking for the deflection, gets one, but fortunately for the Buttes, that hops up and out of the play, and the faceoff will come out of the zone.
Yeah, the Buttes need to be careful now. They're going. The Pride are playing like they did a lot of the first period. They're getting a lot of better opportunities since the Buttes scored their goal. So the Buttes need to get back to what they were doing to start the period and just force the play to the outside and get possession in the offensive zone.
Faceoff stayed in the zone, which I don't understand, because it appeared that went off a Pride stick. It was deflected, and it was not a Buttes defender that deflected it. And now it's sent to center ice, but right back in, and Raspa behind the net. Peltier checks her and steals the puck. Chipped up ahead by McPherson. It hits a leg, pops up in the air, and Peltier comes up with it again. Peltier to the goal scorer again, but it jumps off her stick. Now Peltier comes up with it. She fans on her pass, comes up with it once again. Centered, deflected, pops just wide of the net. McPherson giving chase on the near side boards. Fluke on her backhand. McPherson there to tip it right back in. Another one and done look for the Buttes as Raspa brings it in over the blue line the other way. Her pass to Fluke, that shot saved by Fujimagari. Stacy chips it to Guillen. Guillen has McPherson who tips it up ahead but knocked down and taken right back by Boston. It's Kelly. Kelly sending it back in over her own blue line. Look out, Rowe almost turned that puck over and that would have been a dangerous play. Fluke centers it, intercepted now by Brown. Brown going the other way, feeding it to Bowering, but immediately that's turned over. Brown might have done better to keep that herself. 2-on-1 the other way. It's Fluke and Brand. Brand shooting. Fired wide of the net on the short side. Held in neatly there by Kelly. Knocked up in the air, knocked down with a glove, and sent out through the neutral zone. Orzakowski finding Bowering. Bowering fans on her shot. Orzakowski now giving chase all the way behind the net. On the backhand to Sheriff. Sheriff sends it to the point. Point from Brown to Sheriff. Sheriff sends it on net. Rebound, it's loose. Dempsey comes up with it and chips it up ahead, and here come the Pride the other way, 3-on-2. Putinha in over the line. Putinha walking in, backhand. That ends up going wide of the net. Good defense there by the Buttes. Fratkin sending it down low to Putinha. Her backhand. Fratkin all the way down from the point, comes up with it. Fratkin tries to center to Dempsey, but broken up by Orzakowski. Puck's behind the net yet again. It's Brand. Good job by the Buttes to take up that passing lane. Brand sent it to the half wall to Putinha, down low. Looking back for Putinha. It's broken up, and now Putinha does have it. Dempsey out front. Putinha looking for Soliotis. She uses her glove to keep it in. Good play. Sent over D to Fratkin. That shot's knocked down. Not out of the zone. A second effort from Brown does get out. That's interference, not called as Brown tried to get through that skater to the puck and nothing doing. Soliotis in over the line. Soliotis centering it, deflected, they score. A great deflection goes bar down. Soliotis in over the line, and that puck was deflected, I believe, by Tori Sullivan. And that's going to give the Pride a 3-1 lead. A great deflection that goes bar down.
That's a very hard play for a goalie to make. And any deflection is very difficult to stop.
And your first instinct is to come off your line and drop into the butterfly because you're going to try to make a save. And in this instance, Fujimagari drops down in the butterfly, and the deflection perfectly goes up and over,
right,
hit the top of the net.
Right, you don't expect a deflection in from that close that goes almost straight up.
Klimasova with a heavy shot, but it hits the shin pad right in front of her. Acursi hassling her check. Bowie comes up with it. Acursi steals it away. Sent to the middle. Bowie drags it through with some nice moves. Bowie doesn't have it. It's loose in front of the net, and they jam away at it. Taves comes up with it and brings it the other way. Some nifty hands from Bowie there. Here comes Lang in over the line. Lang offside on the play. 3:49 to play in period 2. So we'll take another look at that goal here as Sullivan is able to deflect this on the 2-on-1 the other way. Soliotis lugs it through, sends it out front, and just a backhand deflection by Sullivan. A great play by Boston to give themselves a 2-goal lead. Pride off the draw. It's Fluke in over the line, sending it down low on the backhand. Lang being checked by Bowie. Bowie trips her up, and we're going to have a penalty here to Buffalo. Puck still loose. No possession here for Buffalo yet. Now they have it. Whistle blows. And Bowie will be called for a trip here. Minor penalty with 3:30 to play in period 2. Pleading her case, but Mike, even if it's an accident, you have to be in control of your stick.
Right, that's rule number 1 of hockey, is always be in control of your stick. I mean, it was clear that it was a trip.
So we'll see the Pride power play go to work again. Lang scored on the power play in the first period. I believe their other 2 goals were even strength. Pride win the draw, and let's see if they set up on the power play. That pass is deflected, but Brand will come up with this. Sends it back to the point. It's Fratkin. Fratkin sending it over to Putinha, back to Fratkin. She fakes a shot, near side to Brand. Brand back to Fratkin. She takes a one-timer deflected wide on the way through. Pride resetting. It's Dempsey. Over to Putinha, looking for Fratkin. She's got her. Fratkin to Putinha. Putinha back to Fratkin. Looking near side. One-timer for Brand. She missed it off the heel of her stick, and it's behind the net. Gian knocks that pass down, but Putinha comes up with it. Dempsey. That pass is knocked away. That should be a hold as Gian tried to get through, and it will be. Gian in over the line, shooting, kicked aside by Hansen. Buttes come up with it on the rebound. Peltier in the corner, dropping it back. 5 aside now as the extra skater's on. Chermova, that puck is deflected off Peltier's leg, and Hansen had to be quick with the glove to grab that one. And a good hustle play by Gian leads to a holding penalty, and we'll skate 4 aside for the next minute 5.
That's big because not only does that kill the Pride power play, that gives you, albeit a short 55-second power play, that gives the Buttes a 55-second power play where they have the opportunity to get this game back within 1.
The call is hooking against Fratkin. Not much she could do as Gian took off on that play. Might have been a 2-on-0 if she didn't hold her up. And it still resulted in a good scoring chance. The Buttes will have to be careful, though, because the last time the Pride played the Buttes in this building, I believe they scored 3 goals 4-on-4 in one weekend. So Boston benefits greatly from 4-on-4 with their speed. We'll see what happens here. Chermova off the draw. Her shot goes high off the glass. Bustad from the point. Kersey covering up the point as she chipped it in and gave chase. But now puck comes out through the neutral zone. Kersey picks her head up. High off the glass. Good play to not get beat there because that was a 3-on-1 developing. Good play by Kersey to not get her team in any trouble. There's Kersey again making a play. Long pass looking for Kersey, stolen, and here come the Pride back the other way. That shot, Fujimagari looks it right into the crest of her sweater and holds on for a whistle. 35 to go in the penalty to Bowie. A minute 30 to go in the hooking penalty to Fratkin. I know I called it a hold. It looked like a hold to me. It looked like her arm was on Guillen's arm, but regardless, called a hook. 2 minutes either way. Face off to Fujimagari's right. Pride win the draw cleanly. It's Bender at the point, sending it to her partner. It's Mastel just sending it down low. Skarbowski goes behind the net to grab it. Can't quite play it around Dempsey, though. Dempsey and Brand out there on offense for the Pride. Puck comes back to Bender, keeps it in. Back to Brand. Brand cutting to the middle, sending it over to Mastel. Her shot deflected off Fujimagari's stick off the glass. Here's the Pride looking to bank it in short side. It comes to Bender. She winds. Her shot looking for a deflection goes wide. Skarbowski sends it up. This puck is on the stick of Klimasova, I believe, and now Bowie out of the box has the puck. Bowie to Klimasova. Klimasova sending it to the center. It's deflected down. McPherson can't quite come up with it, but now's that shortened power play that you talked about, Mike. That shot from the point. Right on. Rebound. It's loose. They shoot. Fired wide of the net by McPherson. Good chance there for the Buttes, but McPherson shot it wide. And here's another penalty coming up here. 31 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey as McPherson was taken down behind the net. And it's Bender going to the box.
Yeah, with it being 5-on-3, the Buttes have a chance to get that last-minute goal in the second period. They could possibly tie it in this power play.
Well, let's see if they can get one first, because that's the goal. We said before the silly cliche of when you're down 2, the way to get back in it is to score 1. So let's see what happens here. Guillen trying to tip it back to the point. It doesn't get there. And now she has it again, and the Buttes are set up. Kersey, near side to Klimasova, up top Bustad. Slap pass to Kersey. One-timer looking for a deflection out front, but it goes behind the net. Guillen to Kersey. Back to Bustad. Bustad, near side Klimasova. Her shot looking for a deflection goes wide. Bustad hustles over to hold it in. Chips it down low, misses everybody. This could be trouble for the Buttes as the Pride come up with it. Not out. 5-on-4 now. Klimasova has it. Good job to keep it in. McPherson looking to the middle. It's deflected up in the air. Kersey has it. 25 seconds to go in the period. Pride come up with it. Chipped up in the air. Knocked down again by Klimasova and held in. Stacy sending it down low. Stacy's got it. Backdoor pass. Jumped over the stick of Kersey. 13 to go now. Bustad. Klimasova. Her shot deflected out front. Knocked down. Bustad can't quite hold it in. And with 6 seconds to go on the clock, 5-4, this will end the second period. And as it comes to a close, the Buttes respond with one to make it 2-1. But then a deflection from Sullivan makes it 3-1. NWHL Hockey is brought to you by Chipwich. We appreciate you watching on twitch.tv/NWHL. We will be back with a second period recap and third period live action after this break.
Здравствуйте еще раз, дамы и господа, зовут меня Двухреченский Денис. Вот сейчас как раз и будут детишки от спонсора разыгрывать призы. Что-то эта штука у него сломалась. Сейчас кто из этих девочек больше всех шайб забьет, вторая тоже не ставится. Или он поставил, что понять не могу про парня. Не ставится. Девушка, привет. Классный у меня голосок. Ну реально поставить его же, слушайте, он уже ее положил. Он ее реально положил, а не поставил. Спонсоры прибьют этого парня. Сейчас ты будешь делать, я ничего не буду делать. Будет девочка спина. Вот так вот, сейчас покажу. Один, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. Один вроде есть. Обычно шайбу уносят 40 штук. А не, это льва, это девушка, которая не смогла поставить эту штуку рекламную. Ну что, номер один или в черном который? Как думаете? Ставим ставки, кто из них победит? Любите ставки ставить? Слушайте, зачем двойное ведро? Что, одного мало? Смотрите, у меня два ведра, ведро в ведре. Мало, одна девочка в все шайбы закинула. Серьезно. Что она вчера била первая, она била, представляете? А вторая... Все, девочка в черном победила. Он попал 5 раз, а это все. Желтая промахнулась. Сейчас фотосессия здесь. Когда сегодня покажется, надо понять. Обычно до 6 часов надо.
Sova, I believe, and now Bowie out of the box has the puck. Bowie. Puck, but has to get it out of her own end. Sends it to Bowering. She chips it up in the air. This isn't out yet, though. Jordan Giron over there battling for the puck. Couldn't come up with it, and the Buttes get out. Sheriff chipping it in and gives chase herself. Sheriff beats Mastel to the puck, but Bender comes up with it, sends it along the boards, pops up in the air. That could have been a trip there, and nothing called as Brown took out Raspa's feet. Here's a chance. Bowering trying to get it out front with Brown battling forward as well. That shot from Skarbowski. Rebound ends up just wide of the net. Borzakowski pinching from the point. Bowering dropping back to cover. Sheriff comes up with the puck, tips it out front. Brown swings at it with one hand, but not enough on it to get to Brown in time. And the Buttes come up with it back in the neutral zone. Borzakowski sending it over to Skarbowski. Skarbowski through the middle. That pass is deflected. Lang was looking to intercept it cleanly, but couldn't. On the backhand, Fratkin chips it in and goes after it. Skarbowski brings it around. Borzakowski chipping it up the boards. McPherson and Skarbowski behind the net. Skarbowski on her backhand. That pass is knocked away by Sullivan. Sullivan loses the puck. Good job there by Brooke Stacy to steal that puck away. Stacy over the blue line, sends it on net. Knocked aside easily by Hansen. Centered out front. Here's a chance. Boostad fires off the blocker of Hansen. Good save there. Chips it up and over the glass.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity from Boostad at the point to get the shot through, block, and force Hansen to make a save on it. And the good thing is for the Buttes that the faceoff is stays in the offensive zone, so they should be able to get another opportunity.
And it's just a good job to get the shot through, right? You don't want to hit a shin pad and it goes the other way. Boostad to Peltier. Peltier just trying to send it down low because she was being checked. Didn't get it down low. The pinch didn't hold it in, but the Buttes have it at the blue line. Stacy turns and fires it back in. Promptly turned over, though. This is going to be an icing against the Pride as that pass misses everybody. Boostad and Peltier paired up today. Mike, it's been throughout the year, Peltier and Shermova. And we've seen Boostad playing on the second line with either Magdalay or with Kirchberger last week. And now Boostad looks like she's earned the promotion to the top line, and rightfully so. Not that Shermova has by any means been a liability. I just think Boostad's play has been that strong. Sent out to the neutral zone. Putinha breaks up the attempted pass. The Pride are so good at forechecking in the neutral zone, coming up with loose pucks. Boostad tipping it back. That pass hits Bowie in the leg, but she's so good at settling it down onto her stick and does just that. Kersey skating through three. Klimasova, that shot kicked aside by Hansen. That was a good developing play by the Buttes. That play's just barely onside. Here comes Dempsey in over the line. Dempsey on a backhanded breakaway. Driving in a backhand. She scores! What a goal by Jill Dempsey. Had nothing to do but shoot that puck on net on a backhand and beats Fujimagari glove side. What a shot by Jill Dempsey.
Again, transition is important. The Buttes turned the puck over at the blue line, and it led to a one-on-one opportunity for Dempsey on Fujimagari, and Dempsey did not miss.
An unassisted goal for Jill Dempsey, who rocketed through the neutral zone, and that backhand, Mike, was a thing of beauty. Not much room to shoot at. Tucks it high, short side over Fujimagari's glove. Here comes Lang driving on the backhand. That puck ends up behind the net. 4-1, Boston leading now after that goal by Dempsey. Brown was looking to get it up off the boards to Sheriff, but it didn't work out that way as Kelly broke it up and sent it in deep. That breakout pass is deflected at the blue line by Sullivan, but got out anyway. She sends it back to her defenders. This should be an icing against the Pride, and in fact it is. That pass intended for Lang. She tried to deflect it in, fanned on it, and it went all the way down the ice for an icing. 15-16 to play. Boston 4, Buffalo 1. A 2-0 lead by Boston was cut into by the Buttes' only goal, Aaron Guillen making it 2-1. Tori Sullivan with a deflection makes it 3-1. And Jill Dempsey on a backhanded attempt, beating Fujimagari high, gave the Pride this 4-1 lead they currently enjoy. Here's Lang through the neutral zone with speed. Tries to backhand it through, but it hits Birdsall's skate. And now Chermova comes up with it. Lenka Chermova through the neutral zone to Guillen. Guillen in over the line, has McPherson driving. Her pass was deflected. McPherson shooting off the arm of Hansen. Had some room short side there. Orzechowski tries to load to shoot, but overskated the puck. Ends up tipping it to McPherson. Backhand on a deflection by Stacy. Good look there from McPherson to Stacy. Went just wide of the net. Cassidy McPherson on the backhand, sending it in deep. Guillen giving chase. Puck off the boards, sent to the middle. And now here come the Pride, breaking through the neutral zone with speed. Duran is on this rush. Skarbowski with some solid defense. McPherson does a good job covering up as well in the middle. Taking away a scoring chance there for the Pride. 5 skaters along the far side boards. Now Guillen comes up with it. She's at the end of her shift. She cuts through. Nice move to give herself some space. Shoots right into the chest of Hansen, who will hold on. Good effort by Guillen at the end of her shift.
Yeah, that was a very good effort. Usually you see a player at the end of their shift just dump it in, happy to go off and let their teammates do work, but Guillen just took the puck in, got a decent shot on goal, and forced the face-off to the right of Hansen.
There's another look at that goal by Jill Dempsey, who just drove the net leaning in with her backhand ready, flips it into the net. It's a beautiful goal by Jill Dempsey, a single-handed effort, an unassisted goal. Pride come up with it in the neutral zone. It's the aforementioned Dempsey. Her shot saved by Fujimagari. Rebound behind the net. Bustad right there to cover up. Turning back behind her own net. Has to evade the forecheck of McKenna Brand. Puck comes off the near side boards. That won't get out. Dempsey doing a good job keeping it in. It's down low with Brand. Brand looking out front. Taking it behind the net. Tries the wraparound. That puck hits the skate and ends up out front. And Acursi lugs it through the neutral zone with speed. Acursi dropping it back. Turned over. Right onto the stick of McKenna Brand. That drop pass is not going to work in that case. Here's Brand to Patinia. Patinia centering it across. That missed everybody. Peltier coming up with it, trying to settle it down a little bit, and she does. Goes D to Bustad. Bustad, her breakout pass. Finds Ruggiero in stride. Ruggiero giving chase. Goes behind the net. Squeezed out a little bit. Bowering has it now. Bowering battling for it. Ruggiero mixing it up with Fradkin as well. Lang and Bowering mixing it up. Fradkin comes up with it. So good with the puck. So good at winning the puck is Fradkin. Sullivan tripped over the red line there and slides, and that's going to be an icing. Sullivan might have been looking to receive that breakout pass, but got tripped up by the center ice line, and that's an icing against Boston.
Yeah, sometimes when a pass is a little out in front of you, you just try to skate a little, get a little extra speed to catch up to it, and sometimes that just results in you losing your feet.
Face-off back in Boston zone to Hansen's right. Third line out there for the Buttes. Bowering, Guillen, and Ruggiero. Really not a third line, I guess. Kind of a blended line. So you can see maybe Coach Parham trimming the bench a bit. Here's Lang. Her shot hits a skate out front. Sullivan reloads. She fires it wide. Good shot block, but it ended up right on the stick of Sullivan. Here's Guillen again breaking out. Guillen and Ruggiero. We see them so. That's got to be a tied up stick there. Ruggiero looked like it was going to be offside, to be honest. But it's not. Buttes come up with it in the offensive zone. Guillen to Ruggiero. She shoots. Rebound. Oh, good body check there. Not necessarily anything malicious, just pushing off the puck as Chermova tried to get a chance there. Here's the Pride on the backhand. Kicked off of the skate of Cassidy McPherson, and Fujimagari had to be sharp there because that almost ended up as an own goal.
Yeah, defenders have to be careful out front because a loose puck out there, pass, a deflected shot or something, anything that goes off of them is in danger of going into the net, especially since the goalie's moving to where the puck is, they're anticipating the puck is going, and a deflection like that could lead to an own goal.
Off the draw, goes back to the point. That was Kelly's shot that was knocked down by Acursi. McPherson, Acursi, and Stacy out there now. Lines are in a blender for the Buttes as they try to figure out something to generate some offense. Puck goes behind the net. It's Orzechowski on her backhand, sending it up the boards. Does get out over the line, and that's going to be offside against Boston. Puck just got over the line and was brought back in. Face-off right in front of the Buttes bench. You can see Coach Parham changing up the lines, trying to get something going, Mike. Buttes win the draw. That pass wired to the near side right in front of us to Taylor Acursi. She rings it in on the backhand behind the net. Stacy giving chase. Rowe getting it. It hits the referee in the skate. Wren sending it back. It's Fluke on the backhand, getting it to Raspa. Raspa, nice job skating through the neutral zone. Backhands it in around the boards. Peltier's the first to the puck, and on her backhand, lugs it out of her own end to the neutral zone. Puck's just a little bit too far for Brooke Stacy, but she gives chase. Kersey has it, but has to wait for her team to tag up, so she drops it back to Bustad, and her pass misses everybody. Called deflected by the lineswoman, so we won't have an icing there. Bowie on the forecheck. That pass is deflected out to the neutral zone. Peltier was looking to leak out to the blue line. Unfortunately, the pass didn't get to her. Ruggiero has it bounce off her stick, and the Pride bring it back the other way. Ruggiero once again bouncing off her stick. Bustad and Ruggiero tied up. Emma Ruggiero in over the line, over the red line, dumping it in over the line and giving chase. Ruggiero such a little spark plug. She's so fast, chasing after loose pucks. Bowie sending it down low, looking for Ruggiero. It gets all the way around to Klimasova. Klimasova wins the puck, has it on her forehand, skates to the slot, loses it, gets it back. Loses it again, fires it wide. Bowie tries to center. She's tied up neatly. Klimasova has it on the backhand. That's not going to make it to Birdsall, and that leads into a breakout for Putinha. Not enough on that backhand pass from Klimasova. Putinha in over the line, sends it deep. Chermova gathering it behind the net, below the goal line, digging away after it now. Bowie trying to dig it out as well. She does, but it ends up with the Pride. Lexi Lang gets tripped up, no call coming. Here's the Buttes looking to break out of their own end. Sent ahead for Ruggiero, just out of her reach though, and now it's a turnover once again as Chermova couldn't connect with Ruggiero and the Pride headed the other way. That's a collision in the middle of the ice. That was not a body check thrown. That was merely a collision of two bodies. Neither one saw each other. Soliotis doing a nice job dragging it through. Bowering on her backhand can't get it out. Soliotis centers it, and it looks like we have a penalty coming up here to Boston. 9:33 to play, period 3. Boston 4, Buffalo 1. Back after this break. It's Mallory Soliotis who will sit 2 or less for hooking. Buttes back to the power play with 9:33 to go, Mike.
Yeah, and right now it's getting late. It's the second half of the third period. The Buttes down by 3. It is very important that they get a power play goal, and probably quickly.
It feels like crunch time for sure. And if you're Boston, they've played so well throughout the game. One breakdown on a 2-on-1 has really been it. Off the draw, Rowe is tripped up. That could have been a penalty to Buffalo right away. None coming, and now the Buttes come up with it and try to get set up on the power play. Peltier to Chermova. Chermova looking, back to Peltier now. Peltier wires a shot deflected out front, but it gets knocked down. And that pass was looking for a breakaway as McKenna Brand was out looking to spring herself on a breakaway. And the Buttes, unsuccessful at passing the puck through the neutral zone, just give up possession. And 30 seconds into the power play, nothing cooking yet for Buffalo. Peltier gathers it behind her own net. MJ Peltier to Becky Bowering. She gains center ice, but gets no further. Gets crunched into the boards by Putinha and slow to get up onto her skates. Took a good jolt there. Putinha stood her ground, would not give up her ice on that play. Fuji Magari fends the puck around the boards. Had to be careful not to misplay that. Corinne Bowie in over the line, dropping it off. Back to Bowie. Bowie sending it to the point. It's Klimasova. Klimasova shooting, deflected down. Here comes a chance for Putinha. Putinha gets out. Bustad tripped up on her own skates. Putinha in over the line. Forehand shooting. Saved by Fujima Gari. Good chance there for Putinha. Now we had a couple players mixing it up. Whistles blowing and we got players mixing it up. Might have one aside go into the box. Putinha will sit for Boston. And that's going to be Klimasova sitting for Buffalo. 2 for roughing going each way, it sounds like, as the referee gives the call. Couple of bodies coming together on that shift and flaring up a bit. Looks like we're going to skate 4-on-3. It might be what the referees are discussing right now. Should be 4-on-3 in my book.
But the Buttes will still have 43 seconds left on their power play.
Once the officials sort this out. Should be 4-on-3 here, and the players should be released at the same time. The time you would see 5-on-4 is if they took coincidentals and someone took an extra. Then you would skate, 5-on-4. But let's see what the official call is. So they're gonna call this coincidental, and we are gonna skate 5-on-4. So the first whistle after the 6:16 mark, Patinia and Klimasova will be back out of the box. So we'll stay 5-on-4. Face-off will be in the Buttes end because that's where that little dust-up happened. A scuffle. What other fun words can we talk about? Lineswoman's ready to drop the puck. 5-on-4 still, as you mentioned, Mike, 43 seconds to go in the power play. Fujimagari has to set herself in the crease, and now that she does, officials explaining to the benches what's going on as well. Puck's down. Off the draw, Pride come up with it. Excuse me, sent back to the neutral zone to Bender, and then Dempsey's got it. Dempsey chipping it in. Bustad giving chase. If you're Boston, you're perfectly happy watching that puck in the other end of the rink, whether shorthanded or not. That was almost a dangerous play as Bustad fanned on her pass, but it got right past Brand. That would have been a clear-cut walk-in breakaway for Brand. Now Bustad pinching in from the point, dropping it off in the corner. Sent up top to Guillen, who called for the pass. Guillen sends it back to the half wall. It's McPherson. McPherson dropping it for Bustad. Bustad down low below the goal line. Brooke Stacy. Stacy's taken out from behind. That's a dangerous hit. Stacy's leg looked like it buckled a little bit on that hit too, Mike. She's a little worse for wear taking that bump.
She got back to her feet pretty well, so that's a good sign. But yeah, that in the corner was not pretty at all.
Just a push from behind, but it's in a dangerous area. It's Fratkin who's going to sit now for 2. 2 seconds of a 5-on-3. 3 Boston Pride skaters in the box in front of us because we have the offsetting minors to Patinia and Klimasova. We have Soliotis almost ready to come out of the box from her penalty. And then Fratkin. Soliotis asking Coach Mara if she's supposed to jump back in the play or get to the bench. We'll see what she does when the door opens in 2 seconds. Buttes win the draw. Peltier's got it far side. Soliotis jumps out and takes to the defensive zone. They jammed away at it off of a shot on goal. And a great job right there by Soliotis to knock that puck all the way down the ice. 1:44 to go in the 5-on-4 advantage for the Buttes. 7:13 to go in the game. Bowering sending it across, missing everybody, and this is going to get wired right back down. What a play by Peltier to keep it in. I checked my words. Peltier gets it back, shooting. She scores! MJ Peltier with a beautiful play at the blue line to hold that puck in. Makes me eat my words, Mike, because I thought that puck was going down the ice. Instead, it's in the back of the net.
It did initially look like the puck was going down the ice, but Peltier did a very good job of holding the puck in and just getting a shot on net. There was traffic out in front, which always helps, and it was just a beautiful goal.
Mighty Mouse finding the score sheet.
As you can see her hold the puck in, just get it out, get the puck back, and just wire a shot, high blocker side on Hansen. It hits the back of the net.
A lot of traffic out front. You can't blame Hansen if she didn't see that one. And now we're back skating 5-a-side, but only for a moment. Looks like we're going to have a holding call against the Buttes. And there's that momentum again. You score a goal and immediately do something that's going to take the air out of your tires, if you will. And Kim Brown not happy with the call, but she'll sit here. Check that, Skarbowski. 71, not 21. Will sit 2 or less for a hold. Once again, the Pride speed. I think Skarbowski was beat and didn't want to give up an odd woman rush, so she holds up her check.
Yeah, sometimes taking a penalty is the play to make. Sometimes you just have to make sure you don't give up a better opportunity than a power play.
We saw the first penalty of the game the Buttes took. The hooking call might have saved a goal. The Buttes have some offensive firepower out there on this penalty kill as Bowie and Accursi are on the ice. Bustad and Peltier, they probably have their top 2 offensive defenders. There's a shot from Fratkin, blocked. Good block by Bowie to drop to a knee and take that one out of the air. Bowie fighting for the puck, chips it out to the neutral zone. Good play by Corinne Bowie to block a shot and then force that puck out to the neutral zone. Brand looked like she put herself offside, but not so. That shot goes wide of the net. Peltier tries to pounce it off the glass, doesn't get it out, and the Pride are trying to set up on the power play again. Peltier chipping it out to the neutral zone. Strong play by MJ Peltier. And McKenna Brand resets in her own end. Brand drags it around Brown. Bowie changing for Sheriff, but that was a slow change. Fujimagari making the save on a backhand and hanging on for a whistle. Putinha and Klimasova released from their respective penalties, the offsetting minors.
But the Pride still have a minute 4 on their power play. It's important for the Buttes right now to make sure that they don't give up a goal and maybe even be a little aggressive and go for a shorthanded goal.
You saw Coach Para make that decision to put Bowie and Accursi out there at the beginning of the power play. He'll often do that at the end of a penalty kill with the hope that they can spring something on offense, but he started aggressive, which was wise. That puck centered out front, they score. What a great pass from behind the goal line from Lang is pounded in on a one-timer. Great shot there. Let's see who's going to get credited with that goal. Looks like that might be Bender. Yeah, Bender came down from her defensive position to one-time that puck into the net.
Yeah, plays from behind the net are very difficult to defend for a goalie. The Pride just got the puck down below the goal line, and again, just a little bit lost contain right in front of the net, and just an easy tap in.
Beautiful pass to find Bender, who wisely came down from the point. Smart play by Bender to pinch in that situation, and she's rewarded with a goal. And once again, the Buttes score, but Boston answers. 5-2 Boston with 5:30 to go in the game. Sorry. Pride breaking out of their own end. It's Sullivan. Sullivan centering it. That's deflected up in the air. Doesn't get through, but Sullivan ends up with it again. Chips it behind the net on the backhand to Lang. Lang to Taves. It's behind the net. Ends up at the point. It's Rowe. Her shot going way wide. Glove down by Chermova. She chases it down in the corner and looks to break out. Chermova looking for Guillen in the middle, finds her. Guillen has Stacy cutting with her, passes it to her. Stacy cutting the middle. That shot goes off a pad. Guillen on the rebound off the side of the net. Kelly chips it off the net. Pops up in the air. The Pride come up with it and look to break out to Wren. Wren deflects it. Orzakowski sending it back to the far side board. Stacy hacks it in. Buttes make changes. Pride breaking out of their own end. This is Wren with the middle, through the middle with speed. Tries to center it, but it deflects right back onto her stick. Wren takes a tumble in the corner. Buttes come up with it. It's Bowie turning back behind her own net to Skarbowski. She struggles to come up with it, but does. Her backhand pass is knocked down. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Accursi surprised to find it there. Accursi gets bumped onto her backside. Accursi's stick goes flying. She got put right onto her backside. She's offside. Buttes can't bring it in. Klimasova had to wait for Accursi to tag up, but Accursi taking a few bumps today. Looks a bit worse for wear after that one.
Yeah, she landed a little awkwardly on that bump. She got hit from behind, but somehow ended up landing on her backside.
She slams the door in frustration that no penalty was called there. I think part of that is her frustration that there was no call on the play. It was maybe part injury, part just frustration. The scoreboard 5-2 and a call not coming on that play. Off the faceoff, puck jumps high up in the air. It's knocked down. Another hit behind the play. As this time it was Ruggiero who got knocked down. Centered out front. It's behind Fujimagari. She kept it out. Rebound. Fujimagari still down and out. Puck ends up harmlessly rolling to the boards. Trying to chip it out. Guillen was trying to escape and leak out through the neutral zone, but has to turn back and play defense because the Pride hold it in. Behind the net is Peltier. She chips it to Bustad. Bustad's breakout pass on the tape to Guillen, but it bounced off her stick. And the Pride come up with it. Guillen giving a nice whack at Fratkin there. Guillen showing a little frustration here too as the Buttes realize time is running out with 3:20 to go. Peltier, another great play to keep that puck in at the blue line. Fearless, and it was always staying in because Peltier knew exactly how to play that puck. Lineswoman tries to jump over the puck. Not sure she succeeded. Sheriff ties up her skater, and that's going to be called interference. We've seen worse not called this period, but Sheriff will go sit 2 for interference. Squeezing out her check along the board. Sorry, Mike.
And I was just thinking, I was thinking to look for Fujimagari to come to the bench with about 3 minutes left, down by 3, if they're going to look to make an aggressive push to come back. But unfortunately, being shorthanded, they will have to keep her in net.
3:06 to go in regulation. Pride up 5-2. And on a power play now as Sheriff sits. Mastel has it at the point. So a different looking power play here for the Pride. You wonder if Coach Mara's giving some different skaters some time, right, to play on the power play. We have Sullivan, Taves, Bender at the point with Mastel. And Lexi Lang is the 5th player on this power play. Speaking of Lang, she chips it in over the line. Skarbowski comes up with it, chipping it right back out, looking for Brown, but it jumped her stick. Lang sends it in deep again to the same board she dumped it into before. Skarbowski coming up with it. McPherson trying to chip it up off the boards. This won't get out. Fratkin holding it in, just sends it down low. Puck jumps over the stick of Brand. Brandon Lang behind the net. Fratkin's got it again. Fratkin's defense partner is not in the play, and now we have a whistle.
Too many players
Too many
on Boston.
skaters for Boston. That explains why Kelly bailed on that power play to the bench like her hair was on fire. She took off out of nowhere. It seemed awkward when they were in possession on offense. That would explain why.
Yeah, probably some miscommunication on a change. Somebody either didn't come off that was expected to, or too many people went on that one of them wasn't supposed to.
So we'll keep an eye on Mariah Fujimagari now. Down 3 with 2:11 to play in a 4-on-4 situation. I think that if Coach Parham was going to pull her, he would do it now. Faceoff is all the way in the other end. So I'm not sure we'll see Fujimagari head to the bench. But time will tell. Faceoff to Hansen's right. Puck's down, Buttes win the draw. Right off the draw, Peltier's shot ends up wide of the net. Bustad reloading, sending it down low. Stacy chasing after her check. Dempsey on the backhand. Peltier keeps that in with one skate over the blue line. Kicked at it like a soccer player. What a play by Peltier again. McPherson taken to the boards as Brand jams away with her, and the two 17s are locked up. Puck comes to the near side now. Fujimagari, in fact, did stay on the ice. And Dempsey chips it in around Bustad and gives chase. Dempsey looking to center it out front. Now behind the net. It ends up with Soliotis out front. Her pass to Brand. Brand giving herself a little bit of room, turns to Soliotis. Soliotis passing it over to Fratkin, to Soliotis. Wines, fires, deflected, and ends up just wide of the net. That puck had eyes on it. That looked like it might find its way to the back of the net. Soliotis sends it over to the deep partner. That's Fratkin. Fratkin turns on the backhand. This is going to be intercepted by Peltier, and she's got speed. Peltier with Stacy in over the blue line. Peltier drops it to Stacy. Stacy shooting, saved by Hansen. Buttes back at full strength on a power play for 45 seconds here. 58 seconds to go in the game, though. Here's Brand coming in. McKenna Brand shooting shorthanded. That gets blocked by Birdsall. Kersey chipping it back behind her net. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like both teams are ready for this game to wind down. Chermova sending it up to Bowie. Bowie overskates, well, knocked it too far for herself, didn't overskate it. Klimasova lost an edge near her own bench. Pops up a little ginger, but she's okay. Orzakowski on a pinch, comes up with the puck, looking to center it. Orzakowski shooting instead, looked 5-hole, but it was closed. Bowie behind the net, 15 seconds to go. Bowie trying to center it. That puck is deflected. Back to 5 aside, right out of the box. That puck hits Kelly, and she comes up with it. Kelly didn't see that coming at all, stepped out of the box and took it right off the shoulder. 4 seconds to play now. We have a whistle. Maybe an icing? No, that doesn't make sense. What's the call here? Referee skating over to the, we might have a penalty. We do, it's going to the Buttes. An interference call coming up here. This is Orzakowski, but with 3.1 seconds to play. That likely will not affect the score line at all. Jordan Giron out there, new signee, welcome back to the NWHL. She takes the draw, doesn't win it, puck goes behind the net, and the Boston Pride continue their perfect season. improving to 16-0 on the year and 6-0 against the Buttes. They'll be back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be back to recap this game after this break.